Hi, welcome back. So we are in chapter 3 on the section of central tendency to discuss the last measure of central tendency, and that is the proportion. Let's go ahead and have visual presentation on that. As we usually start by exploring this variable x, if it happens to have a continuous outcome or a discrete outcome, and then the use of proportion is possible. And basically, proportion, it reminds me with the mathematical indication of percentage in general. But just only one thing to tell you about it. In the case of continuous, it's possible to capture the proportion, but there's one condition: make sure that the continuous has been grouped. So you can't just capture proportion for each number on its own, but you have to create a group or intervals, as we have learned earlier on. In other words, you're kind of mapping into a discrete kind of outcome. Now, let's try to review this from practical example. Having number of subjects, the possible outcome as A and B and C. The proportion is telling me that how much A has occupied the total of this vector. So basically, in other words, if the count of A happens to be, for example, C, then the C over the M, whereby the M is the total number of subjects, it's actually represent the meaning of proportion. Let's assume that there is an X variable represent the answers of a question, and those answer happens to be A, B, and C. So in this case, basically proportion is telling me that A is equal to 3 over the 10. Proportion of B, 4 over the 10. Proportion of C is 3 over 10. The same concept is applied if my X value happens to be a continuous number, but the only difference, instead of laying down the A and the B and the C, I would lay down group of 1, group 2, and group 3, whereby group 1 indicate interval possible value, for example, from 10 to 30, from 30 to 50, and from 50 to 70, or otherwise. And then you can tell me the exact proportion of each group. The next, I'm going to share with you, recap the entire image related to the calculation of central tendency. I will see you then.